Alright, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's all praises to the Most High and His beloved Son, who you ignorant God Christ. Let to give double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, those in this gospel abroad, living up the stern of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. So Aki Mahaloya. Come back with a dream I had last night about all hell breaking loose. It was in mid of this coronavirus that this transpired, and I was in this city / apartment complex type setting, and I was talking. I know the Apostle Tahar was in the dream because it was one of those dreams that it went forward and it came back, and then all of a sudden it was the same dream but different characters were manifesting in it. You know how like some dreams that certain people come into the dream and then they turn into other people, but from what I can recollect, it was me, and the Apostle didn't come until later on, but he was only in it briefly. But basically, all hell broke loose, man, and I was like standing on the side of this building, and all of a sudden people started running and fighting. They were screaming, and I saw these guards with like these black military fatigues on, kind of like like mercenaries. They had these black style Carhartt military cargo fatigues on, and they were just running through the streets, and people were rioting and fighting, and they was putting hell on the people, and people were fighting them back and fighting each other, and things were blowing up, and all of a sudden the city just became totally decimated, man. It looked like it was a damn riot, like for weeks in a matter of seconds. And then, you know, all of a sudden it was this one individual. It was like in front of this apartment that appeared to be kind of blown up, and it was like a big hole that like a crawl space that you was able to go through to get to the other side, because the woods was on the back end of it. But all of a sudden, you know, the troops were coming, so the guy was like, forget this, I'm out of here. And I had a bag, like a white bag full of stuff in there, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be right behind you. But as I was trying to climb up that hole, I couldn't get up in there, man. You know, like some of them dreams when you trying to escape or run, it's like something holds you back. I've had several dreams like that, you know, when I'd be on a run from something or somebody, or, you know, trying to get to safety or going over a bridge or something. It's like something restricts me. So something was like, yeah, okay, I can't get up here. Like one of them video games when your character tried to get over a hole and he can't jump over it. For whatever reason, I couldn't go over there and I couldn't get in there. And by the time I was able-bodied to try to get the strength to get in there, then all of a sudden this troop was behind me and grabbed me. So we started fighting, and we took it to the streets, and everybody else was just out there scrapping and throwing hands, and they was tasering motherfuckers and everything. So one troop got me on the ground and he tried to taser me, but I took the taser from him and tasered him, and I fought him off me. And then it was this black woman. She was in the Carhartts too, you know. She was dressed up in the cargo gear too, you know. I guess she was one of them. She was a black woman, and she was trying to taser me too. So I took that and I tasered her ass, man, and got out of there. So I ran, and all of a sudden I ran to like this, it's this gas station / convenience store called the Quick Trip in Missouri. It's a big gas station. It's turned to a restaurant, but in this case it had food, it had games, it had clothes. It was kind of like a gift shop when you're on your way out of town and you stop at those particular gift shops that's attached to the gas stations. But it was in the form of a Quick Trip, and I went in there, man, and people, they was taking all kinds of shit. They was rioting, they was looting, people was fighting, people was taking video games, people was taking clothes and things like that. So I was shaking my head. I'm like, these people are taking the wrong shit. You know, clothes I can, you know, fatigues and things I can understand, because, you know, this kicks off in the dead of winter. You know, you might want to have some extra clothes, you know. But then I went over there to like the bananas and the corn, and nobody touched that. I was like, well, shit, let me get some of this corn, let me get these bananas, let me get this stuff, man. You know, and so I can sustain myself. So I gathered the corn and shit, and the fruits and stuff like that. So then I ran out the back door, and then all of a sudden it was like in this backyard, but immediately to my fort, there was some woods right there, and it was this one person sitting in his backyard, and stuff like that, man. And he was just sitting there like, yeah, man, where you going? I'm like, yeah, I'm finna hit these woods real quick. Shit is bad, things like that, man. And all of a sudden, you know, Apostle Tahar appeared in a dream as the man I was talking to at first, but he wasn't him at first. So he was the man that went through the other side, and I'm assuming that he went and hit the woods the other way, and I went around him, try to meet him that way, you know. And then, you know, my demon was in the dream and everything like that. I had sent her ass off, and then I don't even know where the fuck she went. I'm like, hey, you know, I was looking for her. I was like, oh shit, man, they must have got her ass, you know, because I couldn't recollect. But the point of the story was that there's going to be so much hell breaking loose, and it's going to be so emotional out here. People are going to lose their minds, you know, because in that dream, you know, I kind of felt a little, I was angry, I was upset, but I was a little sad too, because, you know, like people that I was close with, I couldn't really find them, you know, at that time. And it didn't take a toll on me or none of that, but it's just the mental reasoning of human beings that when things go bad at a time of crisis, you're going to feel things. You know, like your brothers that got wives and kids, they get caught up in this thing, man, it will pinch you. You know, we'll be lying to say if you won't be hurt by your wife or your kids or your brothers or somebody get caught up in this jam. We ain't gonna lie and say that it won't hurt you. It is, but you gotta endure and be strong, because at the end of the day, you gotta work out your own salvation, like these people do. You know, but it was crazy. I mean, people were literally out here like just tearing things up. And these troops, man, they just came out of nowhere and started attacking people and rounding people up. And they were dressed in black. All due to this coronavirus thing. You know, so this coronavirus may very well be the pandemic that Esau Edom is going to use to full-fledged bring a lockdown. You know, like they're talking about all the economies are opening back up and the states are going to open back up and all that other nonsense. Yeah, they may open up gradually, but I was hearing that, and a brother put the good information out about these stimulus checks that I believe a year after coronavirus, they're going to issue people $2,000 on some type of debit card. You know, and then followed by $1,000 more. And I believe every member of the family, including the kids, is an extra $2,000 incentive. So it's equivalent to $8,000 to $10,000 a month that you could possibly get. But it's a catch to it. You might have to get inoculated, man, or get the chip. Because remember, they was talking about expediting a vaccine, you know, to get people vaccinated due to COVID-19. And also, like in the beginning of COVID-19, they was telling the people that, look, we need a digital wallet by the beginning of next year. And they say a year after coronavirus, which coronavirus hit, I believe, in February. It really hit in like January around the world, but it hit in America probably like late February, early March or something like that. So, hey, think about it. If they're trying to come up with a new digital currency to track everybody and to bring about the Bitcoin or the chip, hey, that's within a year's time. So it makes sense that, hey, the stipulations behind that would be for you to get vaccinated in order to get that money every month. Because we've been telling you, brothers, that Esau Edom is going to use subtlety and bribery to get people to comply with his new world order. Okay, he's going to make an offer that's going to seem irrefusable. You know, like when they come up to you and they say, look, I got an offer for you that you can't even refuse, or something to that agree. You know, he said, I got an offer for you that you would be dumb to turn it down. I'll give you $200,000 a month if you do X, Y, and Z, man. That's an offer that's irrefusable. Because who wouldn't want $200,000 a month? You know, anybody in their right mind would want that type of money, you know. But we understand that according to Esau Edom, it's a catch to it. So, hey, they may do it, they may not. But I'm guaranteeing that they're going to do some type of bribery or sorcery in order to get you people to accept some of the shenanigans and woes that this man has in store for you people, man. So you can't trust your enemy. All right. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at verses 22. It says, "And suddenly should the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses should be found empty." Okay, the sown places goes into these businesses, you know, and the upkeeping of the society. Like, for a little while, that prophecy was in effect, and it still is in many ways. They just haven't hit top scale. But the stores were closed down. You know, people are losing their jobs. Like, they completely did away with the middle class within a month's time due to this this COVID-19 garbage. You know, it says this places should appear unsown, and the full storehouses should be suddenly be found empty. And we're in the process of that prophecy coming to pass because, hey, you know, it's a food shortage right now. You know, they're talking about beef is scarce. Like I went to one restaurant about a week and a half ago, and they said, "I'm sorry, we don't have any particular meat." I was like, "Oh, really?" And they said, "Yeah, we ran out." So that shows you that there's a shortage on products, or that they're purposely negating the stores of these products because the trucks are coming in, but the loads are less and less every week. Like I believe the Walmart trucks come in every Tuesday and Thursday, and notice that it's more or less and less. So, and the grocery stores are becoming more packed and packed. So as time progresses, you know, people are gonna be clearing these shelves out because the grocery store usually have what, 3 days supply of food, you know, and everybody get what, like 2 weeks worth. Now the grocery stores may have only a day supply of food left, you know, because people are buying all the poultry, the goods, the meats. Beef is at an all-time scarcity now. So sooner or later, you ain't gonna be able to get those plush T-bone steaks that you like to grill. You know, those ribeye steaks. Nobody's gonna be able to get that stuff in due time. And if they do get them, they're gonna be at a higher price because of hyperinflation due to the collapse of the dollar. It says, "And the trumpet should give a sound, and when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid." And that dream was symbolic to that, because like I was stating that all hell just broke loose, and the city just completely shut itself down. You know, everything looked like it's been totally run down. From a normal day, all of a sudden, everything just fell apart within a moment's time. People was rioting and looting, fighting one another, killing one another. It's kind of like that movie Bushwick. Everything seemed normal, and then when they came out of the subway, dude got his ass lit up with a flamethrower, man. And that's how it's gonna be, because the scriptures say the day of the Lord coming so as a thief in the night. You know, and that's how it's gonna be. Everything looks good, peace and safety, and sudden destruction. You know, everybody having a good time. They getting their little $2,000-3,000 stimulus checks a month, followed by $1,000 more. People gonna be living good, and that's why the scriptures say that they should be married and giving it to marriage. Because you get Negroes or anybody that kind of money, hey, all morality goes out the window. I'm willing to do whatever you want, because most people in Babylon haven't made 8 to 10 grand a month. That's a lucrative job, man. That's a job you're making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year. Like $120,000 a year, man. That's that kind of money. Ain't nobody in Babylon of the lower class ever made $8,000 a month. You ain't even gotta work, and on top of unemployment, you don't have to work, man. You know, you don't have to work at all. And this is an inside little joke. You know, it's not literal. But my thing is, shit, I could have made more money just sitting home getting unemployment than fucking going to work. Everybody else doing it, why not me? You know, but no, I ain't gonna do that, because the kind of luck we got, that would never happen. But people are sitting at home making 3-4 grand a month, and they never made that on a job from unemployment. So they're buttering you people, and they're giving you people this false hope to make you believe that they're gonna take care of you, and it's gonna pretty much have you to let your guard down to be dependent on the government. And when you're dependent on the government, you become their slave. So they may say, look, if you want this extra cash, man, get the vaccination. And most people gonna do it, because they'll let them play a little while. They'll give them their money about 2-3 months. Let them think things are sweet. People, you know, buying new cars and houses and stuff like that. People buying the newest gear, the newest technology, computers. These people ain't gonna know what to do, man. And as I said, they do open back up clubs, people are gonna be literally more wicked. But then all of a sudden, hey, y'all gonna have to get this chip, and these people gonna get the chip, because they gonna say, look, we gonna have to cut off your funding. And this is just what I'm speculating. It's not a guarantee, but they may say, hey, we got to cut off your funding, you know, in order for you to keep getting this funding. You might have to get vaccinated. You might have to get the chip. And people want that, however X amount of money, whether it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Hey, man, people gonna line up to get that chip to keep them goodies coming. Basically, they gonna pay you some type of way to get the chip, and it's gonna end with you being destroyed, man. As the scripture said, give destroyed the heart. Okay, and it says, and at that time shall friends fight one another like enemies. All right, people that you've grown up with, family. It says, and the earth shall stand in fear, and those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. Okay, and that's pretty much what I saw in a dream. You know, everything was in fear. Everything was at a standstill. Business was shut down. They were being looted. They were being burnt down. All right, and this is just what I remember in the dream, because it was quick, but a lot happened within that time. You know, like I said, I seen Apostle Tahar in there briefly, and we split up, and we was going to link up on the other side. But nonetheless, you know, I got away. It's called Law Yahweh Shimi Hawashai. But this is going to be a reality sooner or later. It's just a matter of time before this society breaks down completely. And I can't wait, man. I don't know about you brothers, but hey, America, this shit getting old. Getting up, going to work, man, every morning for nothing, just for them to take your money. It's tiring, man. I'm ready for the kingdom. You know, it's getting to the point, it's getting aggravated that we got to deal with this shit every day. But, you know, this is part of our affliction that Yahweh Shemi Hawashai said he was going to put upon us, man. So, it is what it is. But, hey, we don't wish America on our worst enemies. And that's an inside thing, because you devils, you're going to get far greater than what we got it, you know. Reedy knowing. Slocky, I just pulled up to slavery. But anyway, read knowing, it says, saying, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation at the end of your world. So, hey, he endured to the end, the same shall be saved. You know. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. And with that, shalom and a ball. Lord's will, you were enlightened to the next lesson. Shalom.